Every week, a new band. Brought to you by NZ On Air. Active Life! Yeah.
Kia ora, my name is Ian and you're tuned into Active Live, Radioactive 88.6, and today we have Hail Meteor. Hail Meteor weave post-rock, dream pop and indie into powerful bilingual tracks of songs exploring grief, belonging and aroha. Their new album Nera is out now and is an album of delicate vastness, both nostalgic and immediate. It has a tone affecting the many generations that make up both of the band's audience and members. How are you guys doing?
Nice.
We're good. Kia ora. Thank you for having us Radioactive.
Hey, no worries, no worries. First off, I wanted to ask about the cats of Hail Meteor. How many of you are
Yes,
proud
the
cat
cats.
owners, and what are your cats' names?
There's 3 cat owners. I'll hand you over to Simon, our drummer.
All right, but you're kind of letting the cat out of the bag before it's fully released. But anyway, I have Chai, Poplano, and Fresno, and they're all crazy.
All crazy cats.
I have a little Devon Rex called Lilith, and she's my baby. Oops. Yeah.
I have a cat called Henry. He's a menace to all the birds of Diamond Harbour. He's very loving.
Is that all the cats
He's
in the bag?
accidentally named after my father. which is
Accidentally?
fucking weird. Yeah. It's a long story.
And I'm a dog person.
A dog person.
An honorary cat? Yeah. He's a bit like a cat.
Yeah, it's
I'm into guitars, so no
Yes.
cats.
No cats, no pets at all, only guitars. Guitars are your pets, right?
Yeah.
Pedals, I mean, both start with P.
Hashtag it's complicated.
Speaking of animals, the album Nera features an albatross on the cover of the album. Is there any significance to the bird on the cover?
Yeah, so it's something that I drew when I was listening to the rough mixes, and it's kind of like looking for an image that tied everything together. And a lot of the themes of the album are about migration and grief and loss and David moving away. So yeah, an albatross seemed fitting because they fly for long distances.
Every rehearsal we have is a long distance journey between Korori and Diamond Harbour, so we have to do it via an app called Jam Kazam, which is how we all manage to plan real time. So the albatross across the ocean is quite appropriate.
I was going to ask about that because I remember when we initially were talking about an Active Live, you were like, we can have the drummer not be here.
Oh, it was me. The guitar.
Oh, guitar, my bad.
Yeah.
And still play, and that, like, interests me heaps. So it's an app that you use, and there's
Yeah.
no latency on it.
If everything works properly, it's great. Yeah.
And it works properly most of the time?
Most of the time, as long as you don't suddenly, yeah. But I mean, like sometimes internet can have problems, but it's mainly pretty good. It also does records a multi-track of the rehearsals.
Yeah, so it's like we have a every one of our recordings, even though I'm in Diamond Harbour, it's we're able to mix it. So one of the songs on the album came off a rehearsal tape. Yeah, pretty cool.
So do you have to mic up everything to rehearse, like all of the drums and?
Yeah.
We're kind of a little more economic on the drum mic.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much everything is mic'd up and goes through focus right at each end and is recorded.
Nice. So it's a bit of a home studio sort of situation. I assume that the rest of the album would have been recorded at home as well then?
It was recorded at
Yeah.
Sarah's home.
Recorded in my basement up on the Kapiti coast.
Nice.
We all took a week off work, and a lot of post-production's been done though, obviously. David's been an absolute machine, actually, just in the amount of work that he's put into it afterwards as well. So yeah, it's been a huge effort, but we're really proud of it. We think, this is a great album, and we want you all to hear it and listen to it, and yeah, come to the gig tonight.
Yes.
Yeah, come to the gig tonight and buy the album because it's vinyl. Even if you don't have a record player, that's fucking cool. Oh, sure.
I was going to ask,
Yeah, you
you'll
can
have
get
a
extra
lovely
artwork.
picture of an albatross.
And a digital download in there too,
Yeah.
with the vinyl. Yep.
I was going to ask about printing vinyl because I know a lot of local musicians find it a bit of a barrier, specifically in New Zealand, about printing vinyl as a physical medium.
Yep.
Did you print the vinyl locally, or was it outsourced and shipped over here? I'd love to know.
Well, it was printed over in Naarm in Melbourne, with some help from our friend Jack Pepsi, who was in here this morning. We managed to get a good discount because they pressed their album, we pressed their album, and that was all joy. So yeah, I was over at Zenith Records in Melbourne. They did all the cutting of the masters and stuff, and sending out test pressings, and that was all a bit heart and mouth, listening to the test pressings and going, hope there's nothing wrong with this, and there wasn't. It all sounds really lovely and warm. So yeah, really good. And they arrived here within a day, which is weird. A courier from the other end of the country takes a week. So
From Melbourne overnight.
yeah.
Damn, that's convenient.
Yep, I was busy stuffing vinyls this morning with inserts and download codes and yada yada. So yeah.
Damn, very cool. Would you guys like to head into another song?
We would.
Sounds good.
Sweet.
Thank
tuned into Radioactive 88.6, and we are currently doing an active live with Hail Meteor. I would love to ask, what was that song about?
Whole bunch of stuff, but basically like judgmental behaviour within activist circles.
Say no more.
All that needs to be said. Now at Radioactive with Active Lives, we love to do an Ask It Forward question, where last week's band has asked a question for you to answer, and then you will ask a question for next week's band. So last week, Dropper asked, what is the most underrated band in New Zealand currently and why?
Fowler are really good. Hoi Hoi. From Dosovny. There you go, 3.
High Alta.
Oh, yeah.
All great picks. We had Fowler in earlier this year for an active live, and they were great.
Yeah.
Hoi Hoi, also a bilingual post-punk kind of band as well. Very great. Had them on Top 11 and SRN. Yeah, great bands, great picks. And where can people keep up with all things Hail Meteor? As far as social media and...
Yeah, we've got the social media on the usuals, Instagram and Facebook, but if you go to Linktree/Hail Meteor, that's got links to everything. So, yeah.
Sweet.
Bandcamp, definitely. Yep, that's where you can go buy the album.
Yes, Bandcamp.
Um,
Most important one for sure.
Definitely. Most definitely.
Yes. I always do this, and I always ask the Ask It Forward question and forget to ask what the band's question is, but I remembered, so what is your question for next week?
No.
What are your thoughts on Sheep?
Sheep the band or sheep the...
Oh, in general.
or like the animal?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, so
however
you
you
kinda-
want to interpret it.
I like that. It's open-ended, you know.
Yeah, we're an animal band.
It's all sorts of animals, you know. We've talked about cats,
Yeah.
talking about sheep now, we talked about albatross. Are there any other animals you guys want to bring up?
Animal from the Muppets.
Yo.
He's one of the best. Simon, you're a bit of an animal, aren't you?
really the inspiration.
he's our favourite
for us
animal.
to play music.
Absolute icon.
I like swimming with the sharks in Oriental Bay every February, which is a real lovely thing, and it reminds me that we are living in a beautiful place in the South Pacific.
Have you had any close encounters with sharks?
One swam through my legs once. You know, the sharks at Oriental Bay, they're pretty harmless, but they're kind of exciting at the same time.
Sharks.
Well, at least you're a guitarist, so if you lost a leg, you can still play the song.
Test this theory.
Let's not. I put that into existence, and I really hope that does not happen. You know, but the band would still be a thing, so that's very cool.
We battle through a number of things, so...
Very fair.
We'll make Ronnie James Dio's mum's grandma's sign to ward off any evil from that. So,
Rest in peace, Dio, inventor of the metal horns.
well, his grandma,
His grandma.
yeah, his grandma used to do it against people she thought were like potentially had negative spirits. Living. So he grew up with his grandma warding evil things off with the
Well, I
the
guess
horns,
you
so that's where it came from.
you learn something new every day, making me feel like a poser metalhead out here. We've got the long hair, wearing the black, don't even know where the devil horns came from.
Oh, we're all metless at heart. in
Yeah.
Some way or other.
Gotta keep it heavy, you know.
I say, scratching my head.
Sweet. Well, before you head into your last song, I just want to say to everyone, thanks for tuning into Active Live. You can catch Hail Meteor at Moon, which is very fitting as well. Moon, Hail Meteor,
Aye.
with Welder Inc. and Deaf Edge, and tickets are available at undertheradar.co.nz. I've been Ian, and this has been Hail Meteor. Whenever you're ready, head into your last song.
Thanks, Ian. Thanks, Radioactive.
seasons, what will you say now? Oh, sour. Autumn season, autumn season. Young red of the colors you see when you're out of town. It's a Ferris wheel at the waterline. Why do we find our mind? Autumn season, autumn season, autumn season. Autumn season, autumn season. Fine. Autumn season, autumn season. Fine. Autumn season, autumn season, autumn season.
Active Live. Friday, 3:30. Every week a new band. In studio. Brought to you by NZ On Air.